for the and let's start as usual with what we call Club Riman. Is that all right? Let's go, y'all. We love that. We call that Club Riman because that just announced us coming here to the United States. And for those of you that this is your first time, hi, I'm Jermaine Johnson, one of the many leaders, servant leaders, directors in this Riman movement. And I am originally from Los Angeles, California. Currently, though, my beautiful wife and I, we live in Scottsdale, Arizona. My Dun and Bradstreet is that at one time, my former life, I used to be one of the top 5 youth pastors in the nation. I've been in Charisma, Christianity Today, Promise Keepers, BT, TBN, all those types of things. And so with that said, at a young age, while I was growing up around the church, some of the deacons, including my great grandmother, she used to take me around those Amway conventions 35 years ago. Some of y'all, you remember that. And so I say that up front to be transparent because I want us to continue here as I share this wonderful information. I'm asking you, have an open mind, because when I got introduced to this wonderful industry of network marketing, affiliate marketing, relationship marketing, direct sales, whatever they want to call it, because they got so many names for it now, when I saw it, it worked. And I saw people living their dreams, had time freedom, financial freedom, and I wanted what they had because at the time, look, I was broke, 3 children, home in foreclosure, all those types of things, and I needed some things to change. And so I got involved in this industry of relationship marketing, building business and building people about 35 years ago. And I'll be transparent, guys. I've done it all. I'm going to be very transparent. I've done everything. Amway, Primerica, ACN, XL, candle parties, shoe parties, lingerie parties. I'm sorry. Y'all forgive me about that one. Pray for me. I'm sorry. No, I've done it all. I've done it all. Cutco, Kirby, knives, vacuum cleaners, legal plans, sold legal plans. I made about $1 million doing that. And to go from being broke to making 30 some thousand dollars in a day back then was amazing. And from there, about 15 years ago, though, my wife and I, we were exposed to the health and wellness industry, particularly skincare. And for those of you that look, maybe you don't know this, so let me give you an insider accountant trip or tip that the 5 industries that continue to grow during a recession or not, during a recession or not, these 5 industries: alcohol sales, pornography, gambling, athletics, and then particularly health and wellness, particularly skincare, because people love to mask what they're going through. And so I'm telling you guys, when we got exposed to the industry, of skincare, it was something that was amazing because when people find something that works, it will network, and you can only sell junk one time. And so tonight we are talking about something that is amazing, and it's actually called Riman. And so Riman stands for reborn, rebirth, gift of God, and independence. What you see here are our three lines of care, which we are not just a beauty brand, we are a personal wellness brand. So we have ICD, intercellular dermatology, Lab, which is our hair care and our body care, and then our lifening brand. And so with that said, as we quickly continue tonight, grab a pen and paper, take all your questions down. I may open up for questions at the end. If you are online and you have your camera on and you decide that you may be cooking or going to the restroom, I'm going to ask that you turn your camera off. Is that all right? Let's keep this call professional. So with that said, look, I needed to do this from a business standpoint because I don't like high risk. I needed to know that this had been proven. And what I saw upon my study, that it was established already in 2018 in South Korea, had already done $2.5 billion in sales before even doing network marketing, right? They were only B2B, and this was so amazing. Rated as the #1 K beauty brand, had already sold 40 million bottles of just its active cream in South Korea. There's only 50 million people in South Korea. So is that huge or huge? So then they decided, why don't we take this whole K Beauty and the #1 K Beauty brand in the direct sales industry, and they decided to open here in the United States March 18th, 2023. My wife and I got started 18 days after that, and it has been amazing ever since. Since then, our president of sales, Danny Bay, and Betty Perez, our general manager, said, look, our goal is to open up in 50 countries in 50 years. And since we started so far, we opened Taiwan, Hong Kong, Mexico, Singapore, Malaysia, the Philippines, the United Kingdom, Japan last week, and then Italy, Spain, Ireland, Colombia, Chile, Peru. You got to say them correctly. Guys, 2026 is going to be off the chart. And according to Forbes says the best time for you to get involved in an opportunity is when they're doing a product launch or they are in the middle of global expansion. See, my mentor taught me, look, one, the way to success is to find out where everybody else is going and you get there first. And if you don't learn to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. So this is why I love this industry. And so with that said, guys, look, this is Chairman Han. Pay attention to this. The #1 product formulator in all of Asia. I was talking to a lady the other day and she was saying, well, are you all white labeling? Hold on. He was the #1 product formulator. So half of the things that other companies are putting out there, he probably had something to do with it. It doesn't get any better than the #1 product formulator in all of Asia. See, K-beauty is trending. It used to be tradition, but it's trending because of its research. Guys, how they're doing it. See, do you know the United States has not passed federal regulation on the skincare industry since about 1938? We've only banned about 1,200 substances here in the United States. I know I see Canada on the line. Understand, over in Germany has banned about 30,000. Our products are Eve vegan certified and Derma tested. Doesn't get any cleaner than that. But our Chairman Han, the way this all came about, he looked at his daughter sleeping and he said, man, what if I could design or create something that no matter what your age, no matter what your ethnicity or skin type, everybody could maintain their youthful glow, that glass skin as they call it. So he went to work, and what he came up with is what you see in front of you. This is ICD, Lab, and Lifening. Now, our distinctions are Giant Beyond Poo. I'll say that again. Giant Beyond Poo. We made our own plant. Pay attention to this. What is known as Beyond Poo, also known as Asiatic Pennyworth, Centella asiatica, or tiger grass. See, what tigers would do, they would go in the original Biangpu and they would wallow around in it to heal their cuts and their wounds because of the medicinal principles that was in it. What Chairman Han did, he took the normal Biangpu to Jeju lava energy water, pay attention to this, and grew our plant 5 times larger. And now we just, as of 2 months ago, got a 20-year patent on giant Biangpu. So that's how we created our own plant. And then some of you, I know some of you are so well versed in geography. So you're saying, well, lava energy water, can't you get that in other places? Well, yeah, in Spain it's too sandy. In Hawaii, it's too deep. In Japan, it's contaminated. So the only other place is Jeju Island, which is the like the Hawaii of South Korea, because I just went there. I know about it. It's a UNESCO heritage site, so beautiful. So we have a contract there where nobody can do this in the field of cosmetics and beauty products. And then the nanoliposomal technology. Look, other companies can't even afford to do this process because it's so expensive. We take our products with our Rad 100 line and we break it down where it's like it's in its like smallest particles so it can penetrate through the skin, because most products, they only go on top, they mask. We just don't do skin care, we do skin repair, because our Rad 100 line can go into the lower epidermis of skin. That's huge. And so with that said, just to show you, this is our Riman campus on Jeju Island. And this is how we're able to bring affordable products to any affordable skincare to everyone because of our vertical integration. We're able to go farm to face, seed to sale. Are you with me so far? Because we own everything, guys. Look, we own our own solar power station. We own the farms. We own the Biangpu lab. We own the Watergy Center. We create our own energy, so we don't have to transfer those costs to the consumer. Promise you, I just got back. But what my wife and I saw, we know too much. But to kind of let you all see what we saw, watch this.
Jeju Island, the birthplace of Inselderm, where nature and tradition inspire transformation. Made different, elevated to its full potential. The world's first and only smart farm for Byungpool. Introducing the first of its kind, Giant Byungpool. Infused with Jeju lava energy water, a powerhouse of intense hydration and radiant vitality. Experience the legendary glow and lifting effect of K-Beauty. Experience the difference, a difference you'll love. The all-new Inselderm, Riman.
A difference you love. And I don't know if you saw that packaging there at the end. Guys,
Jeju
are so, look, this company is doing such amazing things that packaging that you saw at the end there, we partnered with Pentagram. Pentagram is a New York or Madison Garden, Times Square marketing firm. They do the marketing for Lululemon, Louboutin, Gucci, and Louis Vuitton on their fragrances. And so they did our packaging, guys. We are doing everything first class. And then the owners of Riman took its first year's profits. And I've been in this industry around it for 35 years, I told you. And I've had CEOs to say they're going to do this. Well, guess what? This company actually did, took its first year's profit and built us a resort on Jeju Island, Riman Village. It's amazing. You got to go there. And then these are the farms, to be there and to be sitting there with the formulators. And then as we're in this presentation there, these big screens roll up, whereas you're looking through glass at all of the Byungpool, and you can go there. I actually ate some of it. Look, guys, look, if it does that to my skin on the outside, I want it inside me. But look, I just have fun wherever I go. But this is amazing. You've got to go here as well. And so with that said, guys, look, this is our ICD line, which stands for intercellular dermatology. This is our water base and our oil base. And what Korean skincare is so What they practice is cleansing, hydration, and protection. Actually, Dr. Matlock on our scientific advisory board, he's a Beverly Hills 90210 doctor to the stars. He actually says, look, it's so amazing that they practice double cleansing and double hydration. Therefore, it takes care of your past, your present, and your future. I love when he said that. So look, and I know some of y'all are sitting there saying, well, one, you're a guy, Mr. Johnson. And then two, you're African American. And look, let's just clear the air here. Look, men are taking better care of themselves too, because the bro glow movement is real. And then also, look, I know within my own community, African Americans, we were always told that black don't crack and beige don't age and Asian don't raisin. But that's a lie. I don't care what ethnicity you are. If you don't learn to take care of your skin, you will experience something that I call slippage. Y'all know what slippage is? That's when things start slipping and sliding in ways that you didn't know they would. Come on, y'all. Talk to me, Michelle. Talk to me. Look here. Y'all know this is real. Look, we can have some fun. Look, this is amazing. And so these are just some before after pictures because I needed to see that it worked for everybody. And this girl in the middle, see, this is the truth of it. Because people think you're just selling skincare. No, look, I'm sharing skincare. I'm selling compliments and confidence because nowadays in school, some of the kids that are getting bullied, they may look different. So this is building up self-esteem. And I don't care what age you are. When you look better, you feel better. That girl in the middle, we were doing a presentation in Dallas, Texas. This little baby here, she did the product on her, just one regimen, cleared up her eczema before our eyes. Do you see her in the middle there? I know her. She's on our team. Her parents are on our team. Then I needed to see, did it work for other people? Other people. I'm going to continue through this quickly. Then you see me in the corner. I used it on my eyes because look, I was starting to look like my mother. I love my mother, but I didn't want my eyes sagging and all of that. And so my wife said, use the product. MJ Kim there in the middle, Atlanta, Georgia. That's where she's from. She had 4 children. After 4 children, her skin began to take a turn and she started to use the product. That's MJ Kim right now. Her skin is flawless. And Tim Her there, though, my business partner, amazing. I knew him then and I know him now. Look, and then the collagen mask for the people on the line that you're into TikTok, social media, Instagram. We have something that we call the magical melting mask. It has 100% New Zealand collagen. You can just do this for those of you that possibly you're thinking in terms of affiliate marketing, not just using it for yourself, but sharing it with others. My wife and I were some of the first ones to do this on TikTok, and we just had fun. I didn't even know what I was doing. But as soon as we did it on TikTok, people started to ask about it. For the sake of time, I'm not going to show you all of it because we just get better and better. We just came out with what I call healthy makeup. Hold on. I'll say that one again. Healthy makeup. See, I may not know everything about this because I may not use the lip oils and the luster cushions and all of that. But see, I know that these cushions, they give you the airbrush effect. And I know my wife, she puts it on and it's amazing. And it may get on me if she were to give me a kiss, right? When she gives me a kiss. So, I need to know about it. So I'm just telling you, look, I won't wear it, but if it gets on me, y'all know how it did. Is that all right? We all grown folks. But this is amazing too. Our hair care and our body care. And this has what is known as the miracle of the desert cola in it. This is an amazing product where we're getting story after story of people growing their hair back in places, right? From alopecia and all these types of things. And then the body care. I dare any of you shower with this shower gel. Has collagen 3. Yeah, I can say that much. Collagen 3. It feels like you're bathing in lotion. It's amazing. And this right here, look, we actually advertise anything here in the United States. In Korea, they don't advertise it unless it's been proven. And after 1 week of use of the shampoo and conditioner and the treatment, 83% scalp trouble level has decreased. 29% of the moisture level has increased in one's hair. 20% of the strength level has increased. And after 4 weeks of use, 62% of people's hair loss has decreased. And we're getting story after story after story. So I want you to think larger now. I want you to begin to think distribution points, because some of you are saying, well, I don't need to. No, look, I need you to think bigger, because who do you know that has skin? Who do you know that's trying to turn back time or look younger or feel better? Or pay attention to this. Who do you know that's a beautician? Who do you know that's a barber? Who do you know that's an esthetician? See, I want you to think distribution points because of our socioeconomic climate right now. People are looking for ways just to offset the cost of living, to make additional income. But I'm not done telling you about the product, because this line is our Lifening. This is our Deep Talk Plus. Guys, I did not know that men and women should have at least 25 to 35 grams of fiber per day. I did not know how many people struggle with regularity. I did not know that not being regular can lead to senility or dementia. So this right here is a natural psyllium husk fiber that goes into the lower intestine and pulls out the toxin and the impurity. We have women, I know one on the call right now, her story, she lost about 30 pounds just on this product. All of my wife's friends are slimming their waistline just off of this product. But this right here, but on top of that, our collagen. Guys, we have a collagen that tastes good, because a lot of companies, collagen, they have to kill the taste because they harvest from one place, they let it sit in another, and they have to kill it off with toxins or with chemicals. Ours is harvested, manufactured one place, tastes like pomegranate blueberry flavor. It's amazing. Now, for those of you, I'm going to encourage you, as far as the product, get back with the person that invited you and just tell them, hey, look, I want to try that. I want to try the skincare. I want to try a couple of those masks. I want to try that collagen. I want to try that deep talk, right? Right. Whatever the case is, get with them, or that hair care or body care. Try the product. Take the 7-day challenge. Take a before picture and then take an after picture, right? I'm going to encourage you to do that. But from a business standpoint, look, it would be remiss if I didn't tell you about this. And before I tell you, I want you to think distribution points right now, because Scranton University just said that 48% of people are not prepared for a $400 emergency. Guys, 64% of people today are living paycheck to paycheck. 48% of people that are earning over 6 figures a year are still living paycheck to paycheck. Guys, do you know the U.S. revolving credit card debt today is $7,279.81 that is not getting paid? It's just reoccurring interest. Guys, people are trying to find a way just to offset bill. And as we're going into the holiday season or in it and going into the new year, what better time for you to just, I was talking to a lady the other day and she said, please, just if I could just earn an extra $500 a month, please, I could just breathe a little bit. So I want you to think this, but pay attention to this. Think distribution points, because people always say, well, I don't have time, or I got too much on my plate. Well, you want to have something on your plate if you want to eat. But this right here, think outside of you. Think distribution points. What if you were to sign up a lady that she's an esthetician to the stars, or she's an esthetician or somewhere, or a beautician to the stars? Well, this was one that signed up by way of somebody on my team. She's in Miami Beach, Florida. The stars that she caters to is just amazing. Listen to her story.
So I saw this and I'm like, hey, this is something that I could do while my clients are probably getting a treatment. They might be sitting under the hair steamer. They might be laying back in the sink. This is something I could do. we do have a skincare department in my spa. I have a skincare specialist that, do these services. But this is something you could probably do on somebody, 15, 30 minutes, and they're going to see the results right away and they're going to want the product. That is what attracted me to it. I know that the Koreans are notorious for making the best skincare product. Like I said, I don't know what they put in it, if it's, but you see the results right away. Like one of my former employees flew to Korea a few months ago just to go buy skincare. And then when I heard that this was the number one company, I didn't see why I shouldn't partner with them. I mean, my clients are people like Paris Hilton, Naomi Campbell, Claudia Jordan, Aaliyah, Ashanti. I mean, the list goes on and on. And then I have the hip hop dudes too, like Rick Ross, T.I., Memphis Bleak, Ludacris, like Venus and Serena Williams, Dwayne Wade, Shaquille O'Neal. So my list is long, right? It's very impressive. So I know these people are into taking care of their skin. So this is a product that I see that could, enhance my business.
Well, for all of you on the line, I'm just trying to get, what if you were to introduce Riman, number one K beauty brand, to her, and because of what she's offering her clients, you start to make an extra commission off of that as well, extra 1,000, extra 5,000 a month, you just because of your circle of influence, guys. Guys, my wife and I know we took it into restaurants, beauty shops, and even sponsored Arizona Fashion Week. So took it into fashion shows, guys. You got to think bigger. I don't have time to show it all to you, but look here. Pay attention to the numbers here. The global K-beauty industry did $10 billion in 2019 just within the United States. It's predicted to do $30 billion just here within the US. Netflix, Korean content, K-pop. Netflix says 60% of its users is watching something with Korean content. Turn on the Grammy Awards or any of the music awards. Korean guys, the K influences everywhere. Shake Shack just added on a Korean inspired menu. From a business standpoint, it just makes sense. I just saw an article. Jay-Z invested in Korean content now. And then, as you see on the screen here, Vogue just said that Korean skincare is like living in the year 2050. And then the United States just said that Korean or skincare is going to be one of the largest GDPs, imports. That's insane. So look, success leaves clues. Look, we used to live in the day of brick and mortar. Now we live in the day of click and order. Y'all should write that down. 71% of people, they buy from online, and they buy from people they follow online that recommend certain things. So again, you could share this with your friends, with your circle. But then also, as I've said many times here, B2B. Who do you know as a business owner? Who do you know? They can add this into their brand portfolio. And the thing is, they're looking for something Korean because a lot of their clients are asking them for it. And then online, guys, you can do it that way. Now, everybody can become a customer, but then I'm going to encourage you. Why not become a planner? As a planner, look, to become a planner, which I call them brand ambassadors, right? You sign up to become a planner for $20. Did he say $20? Yes, he did. $20. $20, guys. You are a brand ambassador, right? Everything that you retail, people purchase from your site, guys, you get 10%. Now, 10% is good. That's what the church asked for. God asked for 10%, right? That's a great thing. But that's for people that I say that you want to focus on the affiliate marketing space, because we don't have any of those mandatory quotas, guys. Those are types of things. We've done away with a lot of the tendencies of this industry that people don't like, guys. But this second section is for people that understand social selling or social retailing. That's the manager and senior manager position. Pay attention to this quickly. Once you eclipse 3,000 or 6,000 SP sales points within a 3-month window, you will then begin to get 20 to 30% back off everything that you purchase or you retail, right? Now that's powerful. But once you hit that position, you are coded at that. You never have to requalify for it. That's amazing too. But guess what? you don't have to wait and do it organically. You can get started at that position. So for those of you that have a means of distribution and you're coachable and you allow us to create a game plan for you, you can start off by purchasing up. Those of you that understand business and getting the best return on your investment immediately, I have a councilman, a pastor friend. They started off at the senior manager position. That's roughly about $6,600 or $3,300 where they purchased up to that. So they started off at 20 to 30%. Okay, is everybody clear? Now, above that, team leader and above, I like to say that's for people that one, you love helping others. You love building team. You love yourself. You love people. You like to help others. And that's where you can begin to get 40 all the way up to 54% off of just what you retail. Now, there's videos that go in depth in this to explain how on top of that, where you can get 30% from your open group, those are senior managers, then unilevel, an extra 5%, then leadership overrides, another 4%, then 1% revenue share, then 40% check match. Guys, this rewards and residual program can get it is amazing. This here leadership check match where you find good people that find good people that find good people, and because they all decide to go to the team leader position, you begin to get 40%, 20%, 10% from people that you don't even know. This is amazing. Now, this is the unilevel I alluded to. Whereas one, this plan allows you to get paid up front, but then long term. Whereas people want to get this additional 1,000 business points. And once you incorporate that as the culture within your team, let's say you're getting started today, December, and let's say January, February, March, April, May, you have about 1,000 people in your organization, all wanting to unilevel qualify every month. Guys, that's an extra $33,000 a month. God. And let's say the 90-10 principle, they get it 90% wrong, 10% right. That's still $3,300 and you're still doing the same thing. But let's say they double it. See, because I believe in the power and the spirit of multiplication. That's an extra $66,000 part-time. We got people doing that on a part-time basis. Now, you want to get started with product. See, I love people come and they say, "Yay, I'm going to get started. I'm going to open up my Riman business where we're a personal wellness brand and we got the number 1K beauty products, but all I have is a brochure. I don't have any products." No, that's like you opening a gas station and you don't have any gas. Nobody's coming to your gas station. So you got to get products. So these are the kits, guys, the starter kit premium 1 and 2. So for those of you that want to get started at the senior manager position, people will just get 4 of those where you have products to use. You have enough product to share. Then you have enough product to resell because we do these things called K pop-ups, in-home parties, sip and samples, fountain of youth parties, whatever you want to call it, go and glow. What you do is you invite people over to have a good time at your house, take them through the regimen. They try the product, they get their glow on. They don't want to wait for their product to come in the mail so you can resell it all day long. Then we have the starter kit plus. And then for those of you that just want to put your toe in the water just for your own personal regimen, there's the starter kit X line that gives you just enough with additional free products just for you to use. And then in Canada, you see we have that here. Now, what better time for you to get started? If you're seeing this for the first time, just because you're getting started, and some of you are curious, right? Maybe you aren't serious yet, but you're curious. But just because you did choose to get started in December, let's say you get serious about this January, February, March, and you go team leader your first 3 months, on top of your commission, they're going to pay you an extra $2,500 just because you decided to get serious. And let's say you get real serious and said, "You know what? I'm going director by June," where they're going to give you another $5,000 on top of the $2,500 just because you got started in December. I didn't have this when I got started. I'm kind of jealous. Then let's say by September, you actually went senior director on top of the 25, the 5,000. Now you got an extra 75 on top of it. Now you're just all out. You are like, I'm beyond serious. go ahead and go national director, an extra 10,000. So just because you're getting started in December, get your product, get started, have a game plan, plug in, and next month, you just go all out all year. That's an extra $25,000 on top of everything else. Now, you don't have to talk the way I talk. For those of you, maybe you didn't pick up on it yet. I stutter. I have a speech impediment. But guess what? You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about doing the presentation. You just put people in front of the information. So on tomorrow night, one of the best orientations ever with legends in the industry, Ivan Tapia and Dr. Michelle Iglesias, Christy Bellinston, Kate Martin, Sarah Bernard. It's going to be powerful. Then on Wednesday, the innovation, the tradition meets innovation with Angie Trujillo. She is amazing. She's our product specialist. Then we're going to keep it going for all of my Latin brothers and sisters. We have our orientation in Spanish. Then on Wednesday for the UK. Then Thursday, another presentation just like this with Karen Kang and Scott Allen. That's going to be powerful. And then you've been invited here because you were probably through this wonderful organization with by way of Chris and Tim, Tim Her, Chris Kim. So they're doing a training on Friday, the 7 success laws from Santa Claus. You want to plug into that. So global. You want to act local, think global. As far as local, Long Beach convention coming up in February, the end of February. Those of you getting started right now, you have until January the 31st to qualify to go with us to Costa Rica, the Pure Vida lifestyle. And then, as I said, guys, you want to build your business globally. And we are going into all these other countries in the new year. So what better time? In closing, look, this is by the numbers. By the numbers. Look, for those of you that like the numbers here, because look, numbers don't lie, people do. 350% increase in Google searches for Korean skincare just within the United States. 56% of American women have shown interest in K-beauty products. 46% of Gen Z consumers are actively using Korean skincare. 80% of women who try K-beauty report high levels of satisfaction, and 70% of these satisfied customers go on to repurchase K-beauty products, indicating a strong brand loyalty. Guys, success leaves clues. Last slide and I'm done. Pay attention to this. The beginning of this year, this is what I heard.
Our New Year's series is looking at different areas of your life that you could use a reset. This morning, we're talking about skincare. If you've spent any time on social media, you probably know that skincare routines have become very popular in the last few years. In fact, the global skincare industry is projected to be worth more than $260 billion by 2027.
Hold on, 260 billion by 2027. The only question is, how much of that is going to flow into your household? How much of that are you going to get? I just showed you an opportunity, and the way this is positioned, it's like being back in 1963 on the front end of a Mary Kay, or 1959 on the front end of an Amway, or 1976 on the front end of an Apple, or 2008 on the front end of a Bitcoin. Guys, they tell me that 52% of people live in present fear or past regret. I'll say it again. 52% of people live in present fear or past regret. I pray that you heard something that allows you to get over that fear of just trying to position yourself in a trend where you can be first to market, have distribution rights. Guys, where you can be the first to bring this to your market or to expand it in your region. And then the other thing is that I sure do not want you to have any regret that in 6 months or a year, someone from your job invites you over to a K pop-up. Someone in your family invites you over to a K pop-up, or they send you an experience kit with samples, or your neighbor, they invite you over to come wash your face, and you see it's Riman, and you're sitting there and saying, man, I should have got in then. I should have started then. Guys, get back with the person that invited you and tell them, look, I don't have anything to lose. Some of y'all have been praying for an opportunity, a way to get your glow back, not just on the outside, but on the inside. Guys, they say it's a sad thing here in America. One mother can raise four children a day, but four children cannot retire with one mother. You go to the Walmart, you see our grandparents still working. You go to the airport, you see our grandparents still working. Took one Oprah to change her family tree, one Bill Gates to change his. Who will change yours? Get back with the person that invited you and tell them, hey, look, I want to position myself in this. I want to get my product. I want to get my story. But then on top of that, I want to be a blessing to so many other people to help them, not just to pursue a passion or a pension, but to live in their passion. With that said, welcome to the team. Welcome to the Riman family. I don't love anybody to death. I love you to life, but I want you to live your dreams. I want you to live them out loud, and I want you to live them on your terms with us in Riman. Y'all be blessed. Bye. Bye, y'all. I'm done.